Let's dive into the Book of Petulations. Okay, 1-1. Thee who fucketh around must findeth out. Now, what does that really mean? Okay, that means the days of letting people slide are over. Okay, once you enter your petty era, that's step number one. Okay, and it's the little ones that count. You know, once you let somebody get away with one or two, now they think they can do whatever they want, and you got a situation on your hands. Okay, now here's the beauty of all this. Okay, if you happen to slip up, which you probably will, we're petty, not perfect. You can always get it back. Okay, now when you get it back, that's totally up to you. But the goal is to stay on or above the curve. Now we'll get into curves in a later lesson, but you want to stay even with the opposition. Okay, so start there, work on that, and let me know how it goes. Any questions? All right.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another round, y'all. We are back. It is Friday night. We just got through watching this episode. Child, woo, my brain is like, ah! Listen, I'm on the road, so please forgive my lighting and everything. If it's too bad, just y'all got to work with it, okay? We just gonna be in a petty state tonight, and lighting's gonna do what it's doing, okay? We're just gonna do it. We're gonna make it happen. Anyways, if you're here and you're new here, let me tell you what to do. Okay, first you go ahead and get you a drink. Make sure you pee, okay? Because I don't need you taking potty breaks in between our thing, okay? Some of y'all got small bladders, so you go ahead and run over there while we're doing the intro real quick. Go pee, come on back, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share with your friends, okay? Because we like to have a good time over here. We're about to have a kiki. All right, listen, tonight's episode was... And I'm joined here with my good cousin, El Cid. Okay, this is my sis. Y'all already know how we going to get to doing up in here. So please sip lightly because we might have you spitting out your cups a couple of times through this because, baby. I be feeling like I need a stiff drink after I watch this episode every single time.
I need the drink. I need a fan. Woo. I need the prayer cloth to dab. Cause child. Woo, child.
Listen. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Eric said, woo. Listen, I had to give y'all extra 5 minutes after the episode. I'm glad I did because everybody probably needed to decompress a bit after that episode, okay? First thoughts.
The ladies look good, as they do every week. The ladies looked good. The men can have nothing to say. The ladies looked fine, as they always do. Whew.
Yes,
but my golly.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
But my golly. I didn't have much to say about the gentleman's fashion this week. It was a lot of, active wear because we're doing a lot of activities. But I did like the theme of, take me to your happy place.
It wasn't the men's theme because I could only imagine where my little problem child would have took these ladies. Both of my little problem childs would have took these ladies to happy endings, not happy places.
What are your first thoughts?
Can't we all just get along? Can't we all just get along? And in watching the episode, it was just like, how did we even get here? How did we even get here? I mean, this is clearly I don't like you, you don't like me situation, clearly. But the beef shouldn't even got where it got to. I don't even know how it got where it got to. So I'm kind of like I'm at a stage where I'm over it with the ladies. It's just I know we're here. I don't even want to say competing. We're fighting, betting for men or whatever and stuff like that. Not necessarily competing, but why are we fighting with each other over people we don't fully know? So I don't know. I don't know. You on mute, girl.
Why are we fighting, period? I mean, we're looking for love, not for, a sparring partner.
Mm-hmm.
Because it seems like we're finding sparring partners. But there were some interesting things that came about in the conversations tonight. And my favorite child has like slipped down, and I'll give a comment when we get to him.
Oh yeah, I seen that. I said, "Ooh, player, player, player." I
You
see
see
your
my
moves.
notes.
Your moves, player. I see you. Your slip is showing, my guy. But you know what? He's still not at the. He's still not the bad. He's not the worst.
No, he's not.
Worst. And we got a new guy.
Mm, that can't
Now,
control his dog.
child, let's go ahead and talk on Justin, the new guy. Justin, the PE teacher. You know.
34
Hmm.
from Mississippi. He reminds me of Christopher from last time.
Yes, he does. He does. With a little bit more flowing conversation, should I say.
And an iron shirt.
But an unruly little dog. The thing I had to ask, because listen, Huskies got their own personality. Huskies, I was like, oh, he got a husky. I said, oh, he must have a real personality or whatever, because Huskies definitely are the humans of the dog world. Okay, they like to talk to you, talk back to you, tear up things. They are children, definitely children. I was like, is this a baby? Because Miss Riley was riled up and all over the place. Okay, and I'm like, I don't want to judge people off of the way they dog behaves, but I will judge you off the way your dog behaves, because that's your fur baby. That's your fur baby. And I was like, you are not the alpha in this relationship. So can you be the alpha in a relationship?
Why are you hitting the man hard? You're gonna have him run away like the other gentleman did.
I didn't want to hit him so hard, but I see he got a little petty streak in him, so he could be all right. He'll be all right. He'll be all right.
Okay, so here's my thing. I have 2 dogs.
Mm-hmm.
I have a Shar-Pei and a Lab mix. But I've never seen a waist leash before. Is that a thing? Is that
it's a
people
running
have
thing?
that? Okay.
Yeah, when you take your dog running. So he's athletic with his dog, which burns the energy, which is good, especially if it's a puppy. Here, I'm just giving out free training advice. When you have a new puppy and you're trying to get them to listen to you, you have to burn off the excess energy first, and then the training starts. So maybe he takes his puppy out running a lot, but we still got to do the training after.
Well, I'm used to runners with a leash on their wrist. I'm just not used to it on their waist. It was different to me. But she was certainly pulling him. So maybe that's why she was pulling him, because she's used to running with him with the waist leash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it would have been smarter for him to have the hand leash, because that is a form of more control of your dog, the little bit of dominance and stuff. So, yeah, I didn't notice the waist leash, but that is probably why she was a bit restless. She's like, baby, we supposed to be running with this. Let's go. Let me bring my guests up tonight. Hey, we got another troublemaker in the house. Listen, hey, Aries.
Figured I'd come here instead of start trouble in the chat,
Listen, they say me and Ed
on my couch. Look, sitting on my couch drinking my tequila.
Chad, I'm about to go make some pink panties after this, Chad. I gotta calm down. Don't let Lamar hear it.
Lord. But wait, I want to talk about the waist leash. As soon as I saw it, I said, that dog bad. It's just like when you see a kid on a leash. I said, that dog bad as hell. As soon as he came, I said, oh, this dog about to act a damn fool at this dog park. I could tell.
I
That
was
was
surprised
funny.
that they just didn't let. Well, I'm assuming it's the baby. Why they just didn't let him loose and just let him go play. So
She doesn't seem like she has socialized with a
Yeah.
lot of dogs.
yeah, because
That's the same with my girl. We got her during
Lord.
COVID, and because people aren't at the dog park, her socialization skills are a little bit behind.
yeah, it's a little bit of training that's gonna have to take place. So he's gonna have to put some of that PE time into dog training time.
Now, if you ladies watched Love is Blind Sweden, one of the grooms said that the unruly dog of his future wife said a lot about her and her personality.
Mm-hmm. Aries, you got a little feedback going? You have a window open? Keep hearing something.
Okay, that might be me. Sorry, y'all.
Okay, I see you got a slight delay too. Okay, so if I'm gonna try to work this out because I see you got a little slight delay compared to me. I don't know if it's my internet. I'm on the run, so because I'm on the run, it could be me. Or whatnot. But if you jump in and you start talking, I'll just try to stop. So just in case you're not overlapping. So just let me know whenever you want to jump in or whatnot. So, but yeah, that is, but it's kind of true. You know, the way your dog carries on. But I do give pass to people with puppies because we're still in a training phase. They're still trying to learn a lot in the world themselves. And if you haven't had your dog go to a professional trainer and you're doing it yourself, it could take a little bit more time. So I'll give him the pass, but his date was almost ruined because of Riley. I was like, Riley ain't trying to have this date, okay? Riley trying to see what the people over here doing.
I'm sorry, Riley. You caused me to spill my drink. We got a problem.
Go ahead, Aries, jump in.
The drink was all on the dog. The dog's back had the drink. I said, this is a disaster day for real. But he was cute. I thought he was, him and Christopher are friends from my season. They're both from Mississippi. They're somehow, I don't know if they're brothers, but I know I don't know. I don't know, but I definitely know they're close. So I liked his addition to the group. I mean, compared to the other guys, I was like, yay, at least, the little eye candy there, so that was cute. And then he had good energy. So I liked him. I did like him coming into the group of ladies. And they liked him too, apparently, because they were like, hey. So that's always a plus. I feel like that's the main thing is you're like, can somebody be cute? Like, give it. I think I'm just extra picky. It takes a lot for me to feel like somebody is cute.
I know my little niece, my little cousin about to run in here, but I know for sure that we be saying looks is not everything, okay? But I need on to listen to us. It's not everything, but it's still something, okay? We like our too.
Just like pretty privilege when it comes to like guys looking at women, like we talked about this, and Elle said you got on me the other night because that wasn't you, that was April. I don't know if she in here, but we were in Crystal's live and they were saying something about like pretty privilege and even with guys, how they get away with things when they're handsome and stuff like that. And I was like, well, in my opinion, like handsome ain't enough. You need to be handsome and have some money. Like you can't just be fine. Now, if you fine with some money, I might let you get away with a little more than that. normal, but just fine enough. But it helps, it helps you like get through the day. If you got to go on a bunch of dates, it'll help for me to go on dates with handsome men. I could at least, flirt and have a good time. So that adds, to it. It's not the only thing I'm saying it helps.
Now, what did you ladies think about introducing Justin at the lounge rather than a first date with someone on camera?
I feel like they should have did him like they did Fabrice and old boy from Miami, and let him at least get to talk to the ladies. Like, you just came in and said hi and bye. I'm like, sit down, join us. Let's get a chance to talk to him. So I don't know.
It gave the budget ain't budgeting for it ain't budgeting for today, baby. We ain't got enough camera time for you. All right. I agree. I agree, Aries. He could at least have some time to sit down with the ladies. It was good that he came in with the whole group. I prefer that than just with the one-on-one date and letting one of the ladies run back. Because see, the lady, if she finds an interest, sorry, my little cousin is upset. But if you find interest in that person, you never know what I'm gonna run back and tell you. I'm like, girl, he was a mess, this, that, and the third. The whole time I'm over here like, this my boo, this my baby.
And you only can do it for so long because you have to fight for them in the lounge, right? So you really can't hate. You want the other ladies to kind of like the guy so that he stays, right? Like, so there's a fine dance with how you speak about the people that you like. But yeah, I feel like they should at least let him get a chance to meet everybody real quick and let them learn, okay, I'm Justin, 34, no kids. Like, give us the basics, or something like that.
So he ironed his shirt for a 5-second meetup.
All the outfits. That's the part that be making me mad. I was looking at the ladies like, oh, they look so cute. And that is it. And then they about to go change clothes and go on dates. Like, what a waste. That was the thing that pisses me off. These outfits, it's a waste. I was triggered.
And he probably like, this was my best one.
Right. You be trying to like, should I wear this? I know we only gonna be on for a couple of minutes. Okay, I'm gonna stay down for the real lounge, and then it's just annoying. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. What was your thoughts, Elsie?
About the first ladies lounge?
No, about him just having a brief introduction.
I liked it with the group of ladies. I did like that he, got to see everyone, but they should have handled business. And to save the outfits, just have Tommy leave and give him like 5 minutes with the ladies.
At least enough time to go around and get all the ladies' names, Let them introduce themselves to him. He introduced himself to them. Of course, he did that, but a little, or at least split them up into 2 groups. He speak with the groups for a little bit. But I guess, thank you, Glenn.
And why do I still feel like Glenn is gonna come back? I don't know.
I know. If he could just get past the cold feet, he'll be back.
Why do we keep talking about this man?
Where is he? Where is he?
4, right?
Mm-hmm.
But where is he? He's not on social media. He's nowhere.
I don't know. I don't understand it. Hey, Sean. I don't get it. I'm like, why do y'all keep talking about this man? He got to come back or something. I don't know. Maybe next week. I don't know.
He might be at the reunion, child. Explain why he never showed up.
You better not show up to this reunion and you did not show up to one thing. I would be like, get your ass out of here.
While we still on Justin, I've noticed he's a little spicy when it comes to the men's. Baby, he's ready to give the men some challenge, is we not? I am not mad at this, but I wonder how this is going to go over.
You kind of have to play it because, like, when we had Christopher come in, Red challenged him right off the bat. And Chaz did the same thing to him. So it's kind of like the man thing. You kind of got to let him know, like, hey, you ain't about to sun me. just because I'm late. Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little man, you know, which I love that because I'm like, yeah, let them know. Don't let them like you like that. So yeah.
You know, us ladies love a good duel. Yeah.
He's at Chaz's house, so I think he wanted to make an impression because he'd only been with one lady. I think he was just pushing the buttons to let the guys know I'm here. I'm not a pushover, and I'm going to challenge any relationship that you currently have. I just think that's what he was doing. It's like, I'm here and letting the ladies know I've got a little spice in me, and I don't care whose house I'm in. This is me. This is where Riley gets her attitude.
Riley definitely was at that dog park. I am here, people. See me. See me. Listen, Trey Mack has brought up a good point. At the end, he says, evening, ladies, evening. Hope all is well, everyone. And plus, don't invite strangers to my house without running it by me first. That is all. So what do y'all have to say about Patrice?
That's production. Patrice didn't invite nothing. That ain't nothing but production. So, but it is at your house. Like, let me know who's coming over. You know, he might have knew though, but yeah.
I think production would want to keep it under wraps just to see the energy they get, and they got it.
Mm-hmm.
Production wanted to see how the men would handle it because the men did not know there was a new man in town.
Mhm.
So I'm sorry, Chaz, you opened up your home to production to let them do whatever they wanted. They could have canceled catering and have you all hungry. You opened up your home to production and they just ran with it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Well, since we on this home date, we might as well stick with this date right here. Okay, so we had Chaz, Justin, Alonzo, Patrice, and Vanessa all meet up at Chaz's house.
And KOSHEIA.
Oh, I did not say her name. I'm sorry. I read it in my head. Listen, Lord, forgive me, lady, because you're gonna get mad at me. I messed up her name last week. Now forget KOSHEIA, she was there too. Listen, I don't want her to feel like any type of way. I don't have no problem with that her. But yes, KOSHEIA was there too. KOSHEIA gave Alonzo a second chance and he apologized. How y'all feel about his apology?
Well, it's the week the guys are going home, so you kind of needed to apologize to make sure you're safe. You still gaslighting me, but anyways, I accept.
Why is this doing this? Sorry.
So yeah.
Yeah, L. You on mute before you start. Before all the goodness come out your mouth.
My dogs decide to act up anyway. One, yes, he had to apologize. The men are going home. And two, she had to graciously accept because next week a woman is going home.
Exactly.
Everybody's trying to iron their shirts so that they don't come up the short end of the stick next week. That's the biggest hurdle with them. They're just like, I need to apologize. I know production has me as trash, but I need to come out squeaky clean for the ladies next week so that I won't still be the focal point in the next episode. That's what Alonzo was thinking. She was thinking, hey, I'm in somebody else's house. I got to be gracious. And, I'm not, what did she say last episode? I'm not going to sit here and argue with no grown man.
Grown beep man.
I wish this was the apology he gave initially, because it's giving somebody had to sit you down and tell you about yourself and make you kind of just say, okay, just at the least apologize. Because I don't know if you two have seen it. I'm going to see if I can pull up the clip of him basically standing by his words in this day and time. That it was not nothing sexual that he meant by it or anything. So this is giving somebody either in production has told you, just sit down and apologize, move forward. You know, you guys might go home this week. Go ahead and give an apology. Because this
bingo.
You should have had this already on your lips when she sat down with you the first day and told you, hey, I took it as such. Instead of arguing with him. You wanted to argue your point. It wasn't sexual. It wasn't this. She took it as such. It doesn't matter if it wasn't that. My apologies for that. I explained it wrong. I gave off that vibe. Whatever the case may be. It was simple apology day one. We could have nullified all of this and we would have probably had a real good time at this party.
I just had this conversation with my 12-year-old about taking accountability, and you gotta just eat it when you know you wrong. Like, quit trying to fight. I'm like, I thought about Alonzo when I was having this conversation with him, because I'm like, you're not about to be no grown ass man out here playing like you don't know what you did wrong. Like, what could you have done better in this situation? You call this lady immature. And you know what the hell you was saying. Like, stop playing. So, and clearly, like you said, he stood on business. He doubled down on it this week. So we know, and that was last year when they filmed this in like June, in May. So you still are trying to cover it because it's out and people are talking about it. And it makes you look more stupid, to be honest with you, because it's like, we all know what you meant. So it would have been great if he had done this apology at the table. We had a miscommunication. My bad. I thought we were on that path, and clearly we were not. And it's all good. Like, again, like Kojo said earlier this week on his thing, like, and pointed out that she wasn't tripping. Like, I'm not tripping off the actual question. I just didn't want to answer it. And that's it. And we can move on. My bad. I should, I didn't know. Cool. Bye. We move on. It's over. It's not a big deal. But I'm glad at least he faked apologized to move forward, so it wasn't no beef at this man's house. That was my thing. I'm like, Lord, they invited KOSHEIA to the house. When she came in, I'm like, I don't feel like seeing no drama at nobody home. It's different if we're at a restaurant. Don't come in my house with that mess. So.
Okay, so production might not have said it, but Chaz was like, listen, when this lady walk in this house, I don't need no furniture being moved around and nothing up in here. So go ahead. This is what you say. And we're going to keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
It was given, I had the power last week, so I didn't have to apologize. But now you have the power. I need to tuck my tail and, play step and fetch.
Mm-hmm.
See, we playing checkers, not chess, baby. Because if we was playing chess last week, we would just apologize to remember, regardless if I meant it or not.
And rubbed your feet. And rubbed your feet.
You took it wrong. Okay, I don't care if you give me that whack apology. My bad that you took it wrong. My bad if I offended you. Like, this should have been done last week, though.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm gonna get my little fat in here because she want to be on camera so bad.
Yeah,
I'm gonna bring her in here because she's at the end. I'm gonna bring her in here because she's like, oh, who? And my baby. Go ahead.
What tripped me up is we don't know mi casa su casa. That's real easy. That's real easy. That dropped your cool points down for me.
Why you don't know that?
It's 4 words.
Ese casa amigos, please.
Los las camarones. What? Sir, that's the basics.
Raspado?
Amarillo. Trying all the words. I'm like, come on, bro.
Es su casa, mi casa. It's like
No hablo español. No hablo español.
Don't
just
use
don't
it.
try to say it if you don't know it.
That was funny.
What do the old people say? Because that came into my head. They say, basically be quiet.
If you ain't got nothing else to say, what? Which part?
Right. Just be quiet before and let people think you don't know rather than
You a
open your.
fool till you open your mouth.
There you go.
That part.
And
Okay,
remove all doubt.
But
they said
production has been playing. They are messy this season. They have been putting all the bloopers. Like usually, you're like, okay, hold on, because we all do it. We're like, let me do that over. I don't like the way that sounds. I'm gonna do that over. Y'all playing all the stuff that like we don't want out.
From the cutting room floor.
Yes, like that's not right.
I guess this is production's way of letting you know the foolery that's to come.
Right. I'm like, damn.
However, my guy managed to big smiles on Vanessa because baby, she was like a Cheshire cat up in that thing. She was grinning from ear to ear. That smile was huge.
She was sprung like a chicken.
Wrapped in his blanket.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get under the covers.
But she made sure she was under the covers far on the other side of the couch, like, baby. I'm gonna be in these covers alone. Warm yourself up. Child, I was not mad at her. She was like, my boundaries still stand. I like you, but I don't know you.
I thought that was gonna be a little kiss.
I think she was hoping.
But he couldn't lean over. So if you can't touch your toes, you're not flexible. He couldn't lean over far enough because he was looking like he was a little tight. I was like, we might need a yoga date.
Sometimes gentlemen with muscles are not the most flexible.
Yeah, that's why you got to add that into your workout, guys. Get that flexibility.
So do you want him to?
At his age, he's up there with me. We got the stretch and
you got to do something. Muscles are on you real quick.
I actually like that. Kiss her on the hand. Like it was cute. I like them. And she was gazing.
Mm-hmm. They both was smiling big though. I'm not going to just hold it to her alone. They both had big smiles on their face. They had great conversation. I thought it was good. However, there's one little thing your boy had made me pop out. I was like, okay, player. When he said, okay, just go ahead. I want you to open up and tell me what it is that I need to do. Okay, I peeped your game, bruh. Mm-hmm. That's Dark Arts 102. Maybe I know that.
He has all of the key phrases, key words. He's just saying, just open up to me. Just put your trust in my hands. He just was laying it on thick. She's already in your house under your blanket, and you just keep lathering it up. Sean, really?
Yes, back tornado. That's basically what he said. Give me the cheat sheet. Give me all the codes. Give me all the glitches. Let me figure out how I get up in these walls that you have up, only so I can let you down.
Because remember, Vanessa is coming back to the kingdom.
Wakanda forever.
I forgot. Y'all wrong. I forgot about that part.
Listen, these people gonna hate us. I swear. Listen, at least they all hate us across the board because everybody get this smoke.
We're subject to people's opinions on what's on TV. That's it's not.
It's
at least we're lighthearted opinions.
Yeah,
right.
We're gonna make a little light of it, but there's some things we watching you still, Chaz. You okay this week? Because Vanessa still voting for you, and it was only 2 people at everybody's tops for the bottom. So
and Laylin would have been another one because she was liking him too. But then
oh, he did lose one of his votes. Buddy, you're gonna have to start working some rooms.
Right.
Okay, your votes are slimming. Yeah, let's talk about Laylin leaving. That was interesting. She had some stuff. Yeah, family emergency come up, and Tommy gave her the week off, so she didn't have to go on no dates this week, and checked herself out.
I get it. It's a lot. It's a demand on your time, a demand on your schedule, your finances, everything. Like, it is a lot of a commitment. So any family thing, I could only imagine, because it's so stressful. Like, I feel like everybody lost weight. Like, it's just a lot going on. So she won't be the first, she's not the first one to have done something like this early in the process when, something's coming off. She's so pretty, and like, I was sad because I wanted to see what was going to happen with her.
Mm-hmm.
So that was unfortunate. I definitely didn't anticipate her leaving this early.
I kind of figured it when she said she had to have a sit down with him, and then he gave her the week off. I figured that she was going to leave. I didn't want to see her go. I did want to see more with her. Very sweet. Seems very sweet.
But so like Andre when he had COVID that time on Miami. Remember they brought him back?
It's given, and Lord forgive me because I can't remember his name, but I believe it was the beginning of Miami Part 2, the second Miami, the first guy. He left in the middle of the mixer.
Yes.
For a family emergency. At least he showed up though.
Right. Not like that.
At least he was there to say I can't do it anymore. But yeah, I did hate to see her leave. She seems really sweet and non-problematic to start. Listen, I don't say that with no disrespect. We all got our problems, child. Y'all get me on this screen, y'all be like, Jay.
But you never know, man.
Trust, I know they have me talking for some hours. It'd be all kind of conversations they be recording off of. I might be looking like Lamar by the end of all the editing.
Oh.
Well, we're at my problem child now, so we segued it into Lamar. Let's go ahead.
You knew he was going to when they start putting him on all these dates. I said they gonna make him just talk so he can get his butt out of here. The more dates, the more likely he's gone.
Well, he did say he hurt his calf muscle. That's why he couldn't really go strong on the court.
He couldn't dunk it. He couldn't dunk on him.
That was funny.
Listen, I was a little bit shocked because I was like a little bit. Stay with me. Only reason I was a little bit shocked because of so much of his personality, and sometimes, like the Habibi of it all, they want to keep you for the personality. However, when you got 6 out of 9, and I know it probably wasn't even 9 ladies, but you got majority of the votes against you.
They gotta do it, and there are times where production we don't know what's going to happen based on the votes. And there's times where we know exactly who's going home and it is no question, like when it's hands down, they're typically not going to go against that. But he was it's like every conversation, what is up with you? Like, why is sex so heavy on your brain? I don't get that. Like, it's creepy, it's gross, it's scary, it's just a lot of, I would not want to be around him like that. Like, it's too much. Everybody was just like, okay. Even the guy, you have the guys uncomfortable. Talking about threesomes and it's just too much. I'm like, we knew he was going home. Change your tone of voice. I said, you know what, KOSHEIA, I'm not mad at her. I'm out of here. I'm walking out.
I was like, what did you want her to change it to? Because it was polite and soft and respectful.
And leave my flowers.
That he probably didn't even buy.
First of all, you're going to say, leave my flowers, but you're going to eat my salad. Bro, you eating your flowers. Leave me the heck alone. Leave me alone.
Your flowers on your shirt, sir. And it kind of looks like shirt another contestant wore in a previous season.
But my thing with Lamar, like Ari said, everything is a sexual matter. It's not just that it's a sexual matter, but it's overly open. And when I say by open, it's two or more women involved in your combination. It's not just you and that woman or whatever. You're trying to always excel and put more people in the mix. And it's just like, sir.
He's like, we're grown. Why do people do that when they want to just like make whatever they're saying okay? It's like, yeah, we are. So you should be able to have a regular. When you're at work, do you talk like this? But maybe, I mean, he's a DJ and a coach, so I don't know what he be talking about.
Please don't talk to them kids like that.
You ain't talking like that around no kids. And I don't know what DJing he doing, but if you can't have a civilized conversation with strangers, that's a problem. Like it should not be like that every single time.
Like you're asking, what at prom did you lose your virginity? I mean, was it good? Like what?
Also, what? Your conversations were risque. What's that?
What is? But you don't know what risque is.
He knew exactly what the hell she was talking about. He was trying to make her specify specifically who said what, and what the problem was.
The funniest thing is, and that conversation right there was the most non-sexual conversation he had this whole time.
And he still forced her to say, you're having too many sexual conversations. Like she tried to not say that. And then he still forced her to have to say, you're having sexual conversations with people. I mean, and he's like, we're grown.
What took me out in the beginning is Rashina asking Will and him, what is intimacy to you? After Will proceeds to say intimacy with God first, this man said everything under the sun that's physical.
Everything. Woo. I could have wrote that script because I was like, we already know where this is about to go.
My guy said God is cool, but however.
Move over, God. Let me see what your body is. Anything external to any way that I could touch your body.
The text messages. What you wearing?
What kind of drawers you got on? I said, I cannot.
This is the uncle at the cookout that everybody just avoids and has a 5-minute hello and walk away.
You don't invite none of your girlfriends over and say, this is my uncle. You go right past him. He hey. Like it's and don't get me wrong. I appreciate him being who he is because that allows everybody to move around him. There is somebody that is going to be okay with this. However, this is my thing. In a long-term relationship, especially if you're looking for a lifelong partner, sex can be up here when we start, but everything else has to be like right here with it, because eventually over time, it's going to be like this. And that's just a natural thing. So if you're trying to say that you actually want a real relationship, you want a marriage, you want all of these things that God has ordained for you, why do everything that is not sexual be way down here where you don't even see it and it don't exist. And all you talk about is sex. You don't want a long-term relationship. You want to right now, right quick, whatever you can get me until I'm tired of you. Situationship.
For this man to have been married twice, I'm confused.
Married.
Like, are we seeing the real Lamar, or was the real Lamar? Like, I'm confused of which Lamar was which. The one that got married, you got two people to marry you. So that's concerning.
They probably was like, we ain't having sex until we get married. Or whatever. But Married at 10 Years did a good breakdown on that real quick. And shout out to her. But she basically was saying, like how I'm saying, if you're going to be married, your sexual orientation, like all of this has to be right here, matching almost level with everything else. He gets in a relationship and it's just about sex, and there's nothing else. After a while, your partner feels you're not respecting them, which we heard a whole bunch of times from the ladies, that he has no respect. If you carry on with no boundaries like this, a woman that feels not respected does not sexually want you. She doesn't desire you. She doesn't want to appeal to you in any kind of way because she's not being respected. She's not being filled as she's being valued.
Mm-hmm.
And so in return, she don't want to have sex with you anymore. It's no longer fun. It's no longer an excitement or a playtime with each other. It's now a job, a duty that is required.
Because men are looking, I ain't gonna say in general, but some men are looking, sex, they can argue, y'all can get in an argument, whatever, they still trying to have sex. I don't care what happened today. And we'd be like, I don't like you. I don't want you touching me. It's not like trying to hold it over the person, but it's just like, we're not connecting. So I can't get into it, And so maybe he had been denied a lot or something. I don't know. I'm confused.
Listen, I'm a little bit of the opposite because I do be like more turned on when we fighting a little bit. I'm a little toxic in that manner. But and then I'll be trying to be like, if you just give me the sex, we can stop fighting. However, when we're not connecting, that's my thing. Like if I'm not connected to you, fighting or not fighting, I'm not turned on. So it's like, I don't want to fight you to connect with you or whatnot. And you looking puzzled, and I'm saying, because I'm a sapiosexual. So I like conversations. I like your brain working. I like to hear stuff coming out your mouth. I don't want to just see you walk in a room and it's, oh, I'm turned on. I don't work that way. That's just how I'm set up. So if we can't have real conversations about something broader, I'm not turned on by you.
It's different in marriage than in single life to me. Because I feel like in marriage, it's a little more. I've never lived with someone that I'm not married to. So that's another thing. I can't connect the two. But I'm the type, when I'm married, I never like deny my husband sex, regardless of what we got going on. I could be pissed, and I am a duty booty type of wife. So I might not want to have sex today, but I'm going to do it regardless. Like, unless, it's something physical that I'm going through. But yeah, I've never been the type that's like, I'm just going to be like, no, I'm holding sex over your head because we're in an argument today or something like that. I'll be like, and then we're not going to be in an argument. We're probably not going to argue as much later, but
I'm so curious about ALEXIS expression. Because listen, I'm definitely not the whole sex off your head type. Real quick, ALEXIS, I'm not this whole sex. Y'all know I got low willpower. If we laying in the bed together, I got low willpower. Okay, I'm just gonna let you know. However, if I'm just not connecting with you, I'm just not turned on. So you're going to know I would do it. It's not going to be as pleasurable for you because I'm just.
But see, you got to come up with creative ways to do it without saying no. Like, it's something about me with the no. Like, I'm not going to be like, no, I'm not having sex with you. Or like blatantly. I'll be like, my stomach hurt. I'm in the bath. I gotta go to the bathroom for a long time. I'll be on my phone.
Not just scrolling.
I'll be like, my stomach been hurting all day.
Let's let our resident married woman tell us how she.
How do you do it? Teach us. See, I've been divorced, so.
I've been divorced. This is my second marriage, but as we love to say here, I'm a woman of a particular age. But the whole duty thing, I'm sorry, it ain't. I need you to come serve my needs.
That's gonna happen too.
No. My needs may be higher than your needs. So what we we may be having a Ray Charles moment where you may need a timeout and a breather, but then you gotta tap right back in. I'm sorry. I'm different. It's like, okay, we're arguing, we're about it. I gotta go to work tomorrow, but what we doing tonight?
She said, "Argue with the love below."
But see, I feel like once you have sex, okay, we're getting off track. But here, once you do it, then it helps the relation. Like when you stop, when you withhold it, it's creating more attention. I feel like we could be arguing about one thing. That brings you closer. Now we can actually discuss the issues that we were having earlier. Like once we connect physically. So typically I'm not tripping. I may call it duty booty when it starts because I'm like, you get on my nerves. I really ain't feeling you right now. But once we get started, then I'm good. Like, okay. And now let's talk about what we was talking about earlier.
And see, that's me. I forget about what we was talking about earlier. I'll be like, I'm happy again. Yay.
See, I've never felt the duty booty at all. Because I guess, well, I'm more the, hey, what we doing? Do you really want to die on that mountain or this mountain?
Or these mountains?
I got to turn over from my mountains.
What we doing? Priorities, people. Priorities, people.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I can't say I'm not gonna say no to it because I'll be damned you tell me no. Child, I want to.
Don't you dare tell me no.
People say what? So I don't want you.
Now, ladies. We cannot be toxic, ladies. We have to allow him the opportunity to say no. He is allowed to say no.
No, they're not allowed.
Not if he my man. Not if he my man. Come here, Fafa. Come here. Come say hi.
We gotta change the subject.
Yeah. She too young to know, but say hi.
Oh, hey, girl. Hi.
You see her? You're not gonna say nothing now. You was making all that noise. They heard you.
Making TikToks and stuff. Y'all kids nowadays, they know what to do with the phone.
She gonna follow you, because that's why she gonna come up here. Are you talking to me now? Hey.
Yes. I love it.
Okay. She telling me to move on. She changing my paper. She telling me to move on.
Next subject. Bottom line, though, is just he just needs he's too much. That's the basics with him. He's too much. No receptiveness, I guess you call it, to the feedback. It was like, y'all should get over it. We grown. I didn't like that. He was playing anyway, so
yeah.
Hubby did say he was, not only him but Will were very defensive. He was sitting there watching. He's like, wait a minute, are we going to fight? He's like, the men were really, really defensive at elimination.
We here now, so let's talk about it.
Yeah.
You sure you don't want to roll back?
I mean, we could roll through all of Will, because Will was prominent through this episode as well. So, I don't know, because I'm like, I don't know if y'all want to get the pleasantries out the way first, or we want to end on a good note, because Will was not on a good note. He was ready for war. My guy was Game of Thrones with it, baby.
He went on the internet a couple of days ago. I just saw him on, what day was that? Sunday. And I was like, I wonder what's about to happen on this episode, because he already preempting this a little bit, kind of, when you're online and trying to like get ahead of it. And I was like, oh yeah, his feelings. It's like, I don't need this. Everybody else is broke. They need to be on TV. And I'm just like, but you on here though. Like, you're still on here. People, when they do that, it's just crazy to me, because I'm like, we're all on the show. So you're not better than anybody else that's on the show, because everybody's on the show. Regardless of how small the check is, we're all on the show. So let's not get too much in our feelings. I don't know. That's why I said I feel like people have to be in a certain emotional space to be on this type of program, because it's going to challenge a lot of things, and what you're dealing with, especially something where you can be eliminated. This is an elimination show. So everybody gets anxiety when it's the other group's day, right? Mm-hmm. Like we be in the group chat. Today is the Gentleman Lounge. We all be like sending memes, and gifts like, oh Lord, who's gonna get called, And so it's like you can feel like you're the baddest bee and still get called to elimination. It's not a representative of your value or anything like that. So it's like, some people aren't good with, their ego is a little too much to take it, and I feel like, thank you for sending Alexis. This is the least petty they've been the whole time, by sending someone who they knew was going to be gentle with him. Because if it had been somebody else, ain't no telling what would have happened. So I feel like I was glad that they sent her to at least soften it.
Did she soften it? Did she really soften it?
As much as she could, even though she was like, I fought for you, blah, 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 blah. Who else? Who else could they have sent? Vanessa, maybe?
Yeah.
Patrice?
Yes.
Oh, not Patrice. Well, Patrice wouldn't have told him about the comment, because Patrice was the one who told
she's the one who said he was sleeping on the floor.
That's why I don't think Alexis protected him at all.
Because she didn't have to add that part.
She did not.
It was whatever before that. It was already. Then you added, oh yeah, somebody said you were sleeping on the floor. He gonna know exactly who. So.
But he couldn't read the room. He is so mad at the narrative. And she sat there and said, but I fought for you. He did not pause. He didn't say, well, thank you. I'm glad our connection is that strong. He was so focused. As he said, this means war. He was focused on war.
Attack.
And Alexis is sitting there like, but I said I liked you.
Yay, cheers.
But her liking him, I'm sorry, I don't believe it. It smells of an alliance. But I'll just leave that as a gut feeling.
Defense.
I want to say right message, wrong messenger. Wrong message, wrong messenger. Because one, we just went the beginning of both the lounges. Whatever happens in the lounge.
That never happened. That's not true.
We know it never happens, but we just said it. We also just got into a whole altercation in the lounge because we had been brought up for already gossiping. Pillow talking, as you might want to say. And what's the first thing you go and do? Well, one of the ladies said.
But it's clear that there's beef within the ladies already. So they already know that she is pillow talking. So she's an outsider in the women's group right now. Right? you have your kind of innocent bystanders. Is already, you know, this is that lounge where it's like you got Rashina and Mika go follow KOSHEIA after she gets up and gets upset. So they're cool. And they all probably have a group chat where they've been in there, you know, talking. So it's already been known that she's the one with the loose lips, basically. So it just, I'm interested to see how the next things go and who's, because you're gonna have your neutral people will probably be cool with her throughout, you know, however long she's gonna be on the show. But the alliances are set. They're starting to separate at this point, the girls.
I hope this was a learning lesson for Alexis, though, because if you don't know for sure that you can control your Incredible Hulk, you might not want to be pillow talking with him. You set off the bomb, and now you're trying to take it like you want to cover it up, like ooh, let me put that back on. Like no, you pushed the button already, and now you don't have enough power in this to calm him down. Well, I voted for you. I was here for you. No. He don't care about you anymore. He about to scorch the earth.
Everybody can get it.
And that's what he actually told you in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
So this is indicative of how your relationship could go. I'm not saying that it would, because sometimes when you get to a space with a man, he can hear you. He can take his time and start to listen to you when he actually care and respect you. But this right now, he don't. He don't know you well enough to even give a damn.
He was looking blank. He's like, girl, he got that wine. He might have broke the glass if he had. He's like, yeah, okay. Yeah.
His mask fell off. His happy-go-lucky, cute sweater will fell off. And we saw the man behind all those props. And that man is very calculating, it seemed, and he said he's going to dismantle the lies, make you look stupid, and this means war. I mean, dag, dude, you were not eliminated. You could certainly say, I'm going to clear up any misconceptions out there, but I'm so happy to still have you, Alexis, on my side. But he was so focused on the negative. Yes, he was lied on. Yes, it was something that was said. But you also, too, have to see is that you have to navigate and see, did Alexis tell me, you know, everything that was said?
Was he lied on? We don't know that part yet. Maybe it was uncovered.
Too many of the ladies said he could build a pallet. It wasn't just one. Too many of the ladies said he could build a pallet and have you lounge it on the floor.
Which can make sense to what, like the narrative. Like I said, he got on the internet this week. He's like, he got money. He's letting people know he got money and all that. So when, you know, maybe trying to combat that.
Having money and spending money is two different things. I can have money and not want to spend it on rent.
He could be living a minimalist lifestyle.
I could have a roommate and don't want to be at the house with my roommate. I don't know. It could be a lot of could be's, you know, having money, but you still didn't say you ain't sleeping on no floors. You not making pallets nowhere or whatnot. Or you could even take an Alonzo approach and be like, I was telling her I'll make a pallet for us right here, right now. In this new place, if that's what it was. I really don't know. However, it's given hit dog will holler. I just want to know, where was God in all of this? Because we was putting God first before everything, but now that somebody has tarnished our name just a little bit, we forgot all them books of the Bible that quick.
He didn't forget. He said, this is the crusade.
He said, vengeance is mine. wait, that was the Lord said that, not me. Never mind.
He remembered Old Testament.
If somebody else said they said you was sleeping on the floor of the pallet, the first thing I'm gonna do is laugh. Right? Like, if someone's lying on me, the first thing I'm gonna do is laugh, to be honest with you, because I'll be like, that's hella funny to me. Like, now if I'm really sleeping on a pallet, I might get in my feelings. Because I'll be like, I told you that in confidence. Why are you talking about my arrow bed?
But Aries, it's the fact that he didn't even ask which lady. So you already knew. You already knew where this came from because it's partially true. Allegedly. I'm just gonna put it out there because I don't know.
Allegedly.
See, when people say things like, and people have worked in a office corporate environment or amongst family, when you lie on me, I just, as Aries say, I'll laugh and I say, you could say whatever you want, but proving it in court, that's a different story. But I'll let you run with your story because it tells me more about you than what you're telling about me. So it's telling me you're going to twist or turn different things to make me look bad, and I'm going to just watch you from afar.
And it'll come out. The truth is always going to come out, right? Like, that just, I don't know. I was like, the anger was like very
visceral.
It was heavy. I don't feel like he cared when they were saying how he was over. Did she say like over sexual or something like that?
That's got to be on the phone calls. Yeah. Yeah.
And then after that, the pallet is what did it. The pallet killed it. Everything else was like, it didn't seem like it was like, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. And then when that pallet came out.
Will doesn't know that Martha Stewart has a Pallet furniture line.
He obviously don't know that Asian beds is really close to the floor. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be good for your back.
All right. Anyway, I'm not sure. I'm like, what's gonna happen next week? They didn't show the anger come out. Maybe it'll be on a clip, but it wasn't on the clip. I mean, the trailer.
Maybe it was covered by Alonzo's bonnet for next week. But I digress.
That bonnet was funny. What else happened on this episode? Y'all got nothing?
You was about to have me go grab that bonnet real quick, but I'm about to grab my bonnet real quick. Will was in it throughout this day, this episode. William as well, but nothing to.
I want to talk about Mika and Jonathan.
Oh, my Mika and Jonathan.
That was interesting to me. Like, why was that such a hang up? Because I'm like, you are the one that called her his baby mama. You never asked him if he had been married before. That's his ex-wife and his baby mama. So he just said tomato. What's the problem? You weren't interested because you feel like he had baby mama drama. So he probably didn't feel like he needed to clarify anything with you because there wasn't a connection. So that was kind of interesting that it became this whole thing where I feel like he was lying because, oh my gosh, I didn't know you were married. Well, I don't think you were actually trying to get to know all of that. You were more concerned about if he had smashed or whatever, more
on
so
the block.
Yeah. And so I was just kind of like, be like, were y'all married? Like, ask the question. Yes, Trey. Thank you. You just said what I said. She did not ask. When they replayed it, she said, did you something about the baby mama? She specifically said it on my beard.
So bonnets next week?
Yes, bonnet. Well, we in pajamas next week, so it's a pajama party. So we just show
Right.
up in pajamas next week. So we officially could wear our bonnets.
Perfect. But yeah, I just feel like that was kind of just another way to just say you don't like the dude, because it was just not enough for me to feel like, oh, he lied. It wasn't that deep. It really wasn't that serious.
Here we go again, where we have a little bit of right, a little bit of wrong, and just a big misunderstanding. Like you said, Aries, you never asked the question to get down to the nitty gritty. You assumed. However, not once did you question, why does Maya know this information and I don't? What about me doesn't make you feel comfortable enough to share this tidbit of information? And maybe you don't like me just as much as I don't like you.
Now, ladies, I'm used to a gentleman who, if you say the mother of his child, he would correct and say, my ex-wife. I'm used to that. So if you're like even saying baby mama, it's like, no, that, given a respect there, that's my ex-wife, mother of my child. I'm not used to the withholding. She used to be my ex-wife.
I hope my ex-husband would say that. I pray that he would. I would not put money on him overly correcting someone. Just being honest. Like we're close. Like we have a very healthy co-parenting. There is no spit in the blocks or any of that. And we're going on 11 years divorce. So I still wouldn't put money on if someone just said baby mama, if he would overly correct it, depending upon who it is in the scenario. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I wouldn't charge that if I didn't ask you, were you married? Like, I just feel like some people don't take it as serious, as that is my kid's mom. So it's not like an issue. So some people might not take that offensively. Like I always say the boy's dad and my ex-husband. It depends on what I'm saying, or who I'm talking to. I'll be like the boy's dad or whatever.
So here's the thing. We have a saying in our family, there's no stupid questions, there's stupid people who don't ask. That's one. Those two ladies, April and Mika, not calling them stupid or anything, but those two ladies sat there and asked them every question under the sun except, is this, or were you married? Is this the mother of your children? Are they the same people? You went down interrogation. Just like both of y'all said, and I'm the same way too. If you got a story about me, I'm gonna let you run with your story. Because if you don't ask me about my story, you'll never know. You're running with your story of me. I'm not obligated to just to give you information that you didn't ask for. I can correct you. Respectfully, I should correct you. However, if I feel like you're interrogating me for your own personal purpose, but not to actually get to know me, carry on with your conversation. I'm not in it no more. That's what it kind of gave me with Jonathan at that time.
Like you said.
I told you before this thing started. No, the bathrooms to the back.
No, he said that's how he. Even though I am about to be a because I'm about to refill my drink, but he got out of it. He didn't like that conversation. Like
he just let you run with the narrative.
Yeah. He's like, I don't need to correct y'all. I really don't care about what y'all talking about.
Yeah. So when it comes down to this point where, oh, I didn't know you had a wife, well, you didn't ask one. You had a story created when you asked me the questions, because all your questions was geared on when was the last time I slept with my baby mama. Now, respectfully, I agree with you, El said. I need to correct you because that is my ex-wife and the mother of my child. But we do know that, one, he has a communication issue. Obviously, when confronted, he's gonna shut down. That's something he got to work on. He definitely has to work on that because it's not productive and conducive for a relationship. But if you don't know me and you're not taking the time to actually get to know me, don't worry about those particulars. You don't need to know those particulars because you didn't care about them. And I'm that type of person. Like, you didn't care about to ask me. So why do I need to just tell you it is? Because clearly the woman over here sitting over here, she took the time to find out. That's how she knows to even say, oh, was that your wife? Take a lesson. Stop being prejudgy and being in your fear bag of things that you had in your past, and take a moment and breathe and just actually figure out before you rule me out.
Well, he did say that he didn't state it because most women don't want a divorced man. But in the whole Ready to Love, there's a spectrum of men, and he's young enough that he could be divorced. You could have had a marriage in your 20s, you know, and it ended. So my thing is that his concern didn't ring true to me, but I don't know the Texas Dallas dating scene. But a man in his 30s could potentially be divorced, and that's okay. So I
No,
don't understand why he was scared about it.
I don't think he was scared about it. I think it's just the energy. But he gave a piss poor excuse to her. Well, to us, because he said in the confessional. Now, it was a piss poor excuse because at this point right now, we look at you weird if you haven't been married or have kids by a certain age. We kind of look at you weird in this day and age we in. It's not like back in the day where you've been divorced. Ooh, taboo. We're not in that space anymore. We looking at people that go through multiple marriages and they still get married to another person and we all okay with it. So that was a piss poor excuse on his half. I do agree. But I think part of it is the energy that they gave off. He was just like, I'm not about to give you this information. And I wish he would have actually said that better in his confessional. It's just that I don't feel comfortable with certain energies. Because that's really what I feel it is. He don't feel comfortable with certain energies. So because the first thing came out of his mouth, I have to protect myself. And what may have happened in his past relationships is he be vulnerable and they use whatever he tell them against him later on. So that's what happens when you go in those situations. You get this protective thing. Well, I'm not going to give any information that y'all going to throw back in my face.
Because they throwed it back in his face at the table. She and April threw it back at him at the table. So he had already crossed Mika out of his list because he could not trust her not to go with a narrative and just not ask questions and be inquisitive. She tried to be slick. She tried to talk about men and their feelings. She tried to, veer off to the side, but he saw her coming and she turned right back and saying, you didn't mention you were married before.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I've been married twice. I can't talk about nothing. Right?
Protect yourself, Aries. Don't tell nobody.
Look, I'll tell it. Look, you got a problem with me being married? Okay,
well. well, at that same date that Mika was talking to Jonathan, Maya was talking to LaRon. Maya was reeling LaRon in. And Maya wasn't even looking him in the face most of the time.
No eye contact.
That is dark arts level 4. She is looking away from him and she is still catching him.
Now she probably got a little what Aries got going on. She like, if I make eye contact, you're gonna be in love. I don't need you in love because you are already here. You already here. Like, it can't look.
She had to start. He was already ready to get married.
Right.
She's
So
like,
she,
let me
no,
just
you'll
look
be a
at
whole stalker. You'll be a whole stalker out here if I make eye contact. Can't do it. But yeah, but I think initially too, when he stepped up and he was standing kind of over, he was kind of in her space, and I was like, I think you're making her uncomfortable. I can see it on her body language. Then when he sat down, their conversation got a lot more better. She came a lot more relaxed, and she started to make a little bit more eye contact in his direction. I won't say she actually made it, but she made it in his direction after he sat down. So
Some people
his
aren't
energy
good
was
at
different.
eye contact though. Like
Mhm.
you can see it, and I think that's Patrice has good eye contact. I just think that I noticed it. I was just like, dang, y'all not even really looking at each other. I mean, Vanessa gave has that
I,
eye contact,
I'm
but
sorry.
it was
Maya is a top level player. I'm sorry.
Maya hasn't gave much people a real eye contact when you actually look at it, and that's why I said it might be she already know her gaze might be a little disarming
do you
to
think
gentlemen.
do you think she likes anybody for real?
No,
Like out of any of the guys? She didn't look at William. She didn't look at LaRon. She dang sure wasn't looking at Lamar.
But y'all, she keeps saying the tag words power couple, partner, equally yoked. She's
Mm,
using all those key phrases. She is playing them.
yeah.
but what was beautiful about her play is that the way she reeled him in is, I finish your sentence, we're locked in, or whatever. She was finishing Laurent's sentences, baby, like the way he was trying to finish that catfish. And I seen you shine up in the chat with that one. Okay, he made sure, but he kind of turned her off in the beginning because he was like, "Oh, you greedy." It's like, hold up, sir, not you calling the kettle.
Oh, I thought that was funny.
It was cute. It was cute. But I was just like, yeah, she knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing, and I'm not mad at her.
Play the game, honey. It's a game.
You got to
Play,
get the vibes. She's
He was
buying herself time.
because I'll say this. I was cool with all the guys on my cast. Very cool with everybody, friendly, nice. I'm talking to everybody on the phone. Ha ha, he, kiki. If you like me, cool. I'm just gonna keep talking to you. You know, like you're still, that's the thing about this show, is like you may have a connection that you really want, but until you get a chance to get to that person, you gotta stay alive. So it's like you're gonna have to make sure that everybody's like, she's so cool. Even if you're not, I'm not your number one connect. I don't need to be your number one. I just don't need to be in the bottom. That's the key.
but it's a balance between cool, you don't want to be in a friend zone, and cool, you're still interested. And
Right.
Maya is laying it on thick. The men are jumping into the boat and don't even realize it.
They don't.
She is a siren. I'm telling you, in a wonderful way. I love to see it. She has, I guess, put them on a hook, and they didn't even know there was bait out there.
Well, let's see when she started just telling them anything, if they listening, because right now she's telling them the good stuff. So if she start just telling them any kind of thing and see if they still buy it, we know for sure that
And
she's really siren and they just only looking at her body.
and no, because next week she's the one doing the twerking.
So here's my
Thank you,
question:
focus.
Who has Maya been vulnerable and shared some deep conversations with?
Nobody we've seen.
Received, not given.
She's doing what Chaz is trying to do with Vanessa without asking. Tell me, you know what I'm saying? This is actually how you're supposed to ask. Tell me what you want.
Dark Arts 101.
He didn't pay attention in that class. He just jumped in 102, child.
Open up. He read the book real fast. He didn't get all.
He didn't get how you supposed to have him open up. He was just like, open up. Got it. All right. This what
So we
happens
real
in other people's notes.
so we really don't know the depth of Maya at all, even though the men are fawning and falling for her. They are falling for the energy she gives. not necessarily that she has shared anything other than Barack Obama, all these, and Michelle Obama be power couple, all that. She's just sharing, code words.
The wonderful thing about this setting is for her energy compared to the other lady's energy makes her very delightful. This is why her and Patrice be on the top of people's list, because they have this welcoming energy. They have this, you're okay to be who you are energy. I'm not judging you energy. Even if in the back of my mind, I'm saying you're not for me.
Mm-hmm.
It still says you're not for me, but I'm okay with you being who you are. And we could potentially be friends at the end of this. That's a very comfortable place to be. You know what I'm saying? That for a person to be around you, they feel comfortable and they want to be around you some more and they don't know why.
It makes them feel good, and as the guys are like, whew, especially when you got these other people who are interrogating them, right? They're like, I know when I come around this person, it's going to be good vibes, good energy. It's not stressful. I can actually relax a little more. And I think that makes it a lot easier on the women who are, have that lighter energy. It's easy because it's like, I just gotta be better than the worst. I just need to be better than the worst people. It's enough bad energy for me to be safe. And I'm gonna just be right here when you want to talk, baby. Whenever you want to say something, I'm right here. Hey, how are you? Oh, good day. Yay. Positivity. I want to learn about you. Tell me everything without me asking,
So what would you like to share today? How was your day?
Oh my God, it was great. Thank you for asking. But that's exactly what it is you're inviting me in.
Mm-hmm.
And that invite ends makes me feel like you're opening yourself to me, which you're actually not. You're asking me to open myself to you. But it makes me feel comfortable enough to do so. Like I'm sharing something with you. So this must mean something great. And this is a beautiful thing that Maya does this because, like she said, she's a sapiosexual. She told us in this episode that she's not necessarily off rip attracted to the physical. It's more of the mind of everybody. She's buying herself enough time through this process to figure these men out, to actually sit some time, figure out how their thought is processed, what's on their mind, what type of characteristics they have. Do all of this stuff align with me? And at the same time, I get to hear all the women that date you's opinion of how you carry on with them. She's playing a smart game, baby.
Well, she played Lamar well.
You got to learn how to navigate multiple situations. You are navigating, you're reading the men because they're just so happy to open up. So you're listening to all their stories and you're like, okay, I know how to talk to this one. I know how to talk to that one. And they feel comfortable and safe because you're happy, like you're welcoming. But at the same time, like you said, Jay, they get to hear what the other lady is saying. Now I could play off of that when I talk to you next time. Me and him got into it because we didn't like, oh, okay, cool. Now I'm gonna be that. I'm gonna be the other side of that. Be like, that's so crazy, when people this is a whole other dark art conversation, but child. I can't wait to see how this is about to play.
This gameplay, it requires a little dark arts. It's healthy, and actually, and I know people don't like the name of it because it says dark art, so it implies something bad. But technically, everybody uses this in the world.
It's like dark. What does it call it? Dark fem? Is it
dark feminine? I can't say the word. No, I know what you're talking about. It's the word for feminine, but
yeah, because there's like the soft, and then there's the dark side, right?
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what it's called.
Finale. I don't know why everything F want to be in my mouth, but that.
But it's just learning how to navigate. Honestly, it's what we use when we want to stay safe as well, right? Like I'm from the Bay Area. It is very aggressive. The men are aggressive. Like when you walk into a space and a man likes you, he's on you immediately. Immediately. Why? Because he knows the other men are also aggressive. And if you hesitate, they come in for you, right? Then you're gonna miss out on your blessing if you don't get on her right away. In Texas, it's totally different. They will sit there and watch you for the whole night until you get ready to leave, and then finally kind of ease over and say something, and it's like totally different. But when you're trying to stay safe as a woman, we learn how to ease out of situations to stay safe. And you know how to talk to someone who is aggressive or assertive or whatever, and you're like, oh no, I have a man. I remember I had a line when I was a teenager that was like, yeah, I have a boyfriend and he's abusive, so I really can't be talking to you right now because if you see me, he gon' I had to go that far, but it was like, then I started learning how to just do a thing where I would say, you know what, I'm not trying to, I would say, I'm not gonna lie no more. I'm not about to lie, but I'm also gonna stay protecting myself. And I say, you know what, in privacy, because usually they with their guys or whatever, and I would kind of be like, you know what, I don't want to lead you on by taking your number if I'm not gonna call you. Like, I don't even want to do you like that. And dudes would be like, dang, like, I respect you telling me that. Like, I'd rather you tell me that than take my number and lie or whatever. It's say I'm gonna call you, then I see you again and be like, why you ain't call me? Or why you know, all that junk. So I feel like there's definitely a game that you play, especially on something where you could easily be manipulated. Like, you got to learn how to talk to everybody. Get the guys to open up. Get them to tell you all the tea. Like, I would definitely say there are certain people on my cast who would, I would just know everything that was going on. So I was like, I know all the things. Thank you. Open it all up. Tell me.
Well,
everything.
Maya is certainly getting the men to talk, and she's sharing what she wishes to share. Because now we know about her product and her brand, and we still don't know much about her history and her life. But she is interesting to watch. It is wonderful to watch her navigate this and to see how a woman can navigate this and still not come off in the friend zone and not come off being harsh or being eliminated. She is showing the feminine wiles.
Mm-hmm.
And I call it dark arts, not because of anything bad. I call it dark arts because most people don't know it. They're in the dark about it.
Mm-hmm.
So Maya is she's working the room very well. I am so pleased to watch her.
It's fun. Who else is there?
I don't know why Trey think that Texas is full of actors. Y'all just love. Don't let that lady off the first episode tell y'all that they're not even a production hub out there like that.
There's one actor on the cast. We had one.
I'm gonna say two because if you talking about this current cast,
there's a one.
I'll say two if Will is really a comedian because technically that's kind of.
No, like official, like one that is aspiring actor, like legit. But it's not that many people that's like actually actors, unless they just coming on like I'm about to just try to get on. But
I'm saying if she's a plant, hey baby, doing her damn thing, girl. Get your coins. Get your coins. But I wouldn't be a plant on this. It's not enough money.
Well,
what I get, but y'all sitting here talking about me every week and jumping in my inbox, being crazy and all this stuff like that. What I get out of this?
50,000 people in that group over there talking. Oh hell no!
Do you guys think Chaz and Vanessa are locking in together too soon?
I think Vanessa's locking into Chaz too soon.
That's her only one that she likes. So it happens every time. There's always someone that does that. So it's not much. As long as Chaz doesn't, they'll both be okay. Because you gotta have somebody in that connection has to have more than one connection. That's a part of the game. You
Question.
both be. It can't just be y'all. Like he needs to hold on to somebody else to keep Vanessa alive.
Question. Where's Dominique?
Being unproblematic for right now.
He's supposed to be working on the 2 to 20 kids.
Well, that's probably what he's doing. We're gonna leave him. He's probably outside of the production working on the 2 to 20.
I think that's who she was twerking on at the party next week.
Well, he's staying alive. He's staying alive through Mika, so he got whatever the case may be. He lives to see another day. Okay, my guy lives to see another day. So
until her and Justin get together.
So let's get to the heart and the meat of this whole topic. Alexis or KOSHEIA in the ladies' lounge.
Are we voting?
Money? Who y'all got your money on? No.
Who I got my money on, or who I'm voting for?
I'm taking all bets. I'm taking all the bets.
Who can get it? Who can get it?
KOSHEIA, I'm voting for KOSHEIA on that. She go. I have to put my money on KOSHEIA, and also I didn't like Alexis saying, if you wasn't flirting with these men, what do you think? Talking to other men in front of them and stuff like that. Like I was listening to the little under conversation while they were really, and I'm like, it reminded me of the ladies' lounge that we had, our first one, where it's like, well, he didn't do it to me. You the one out here doing this. Well, he did it, like, just because he didn't do it to you don't mean that he didn't do it to me. Like, I didn't like that. It was sounding. I don't know. Where's the
12-year-old of her? A very 12-year-old of you. I didn't get that either, because I was like, that's what she's supposed to be doing. She's not here to date the women, so she's supposed to be talking to the men. If she flirted with another man in front of her, it doesn't give him the right to be what you called a perv. Why Mika had to correct you on that as well, because nobody else called him that. That came out of your mouth, your translation from what was said. And you only deflected to this because KOSHEIA called you out for pillow talking to him.
Mm-hmm. So and it was when KOSHEIA had something to say about Will, right? She said positive things about LaRon, so she don't have a problem with all the guys. She just got through saying how her and LaRon and da-da-da-da. So it wasn't no issue. It was when she said, yo ass was over here talking about our business, our group chat to him about what we were saying about him.
Now, how does she know that? How did she know that Alexis was telling the business to Will?
Because he probably told the business in the guys chat.
No, he probably also shared with her.
He told directly.
He probably told KOSHEIA that, hey, Alexis told me, I hate to say it, but he sounds like it. Alexis told me XYZ.
Well, my guy can't hold. Obviously, his temper can't be tampered. Like you can't hold it or whatever. And he's boiling already at the table with Alexis over the stuff she's sharing again. So yeah, he's quick to go tell you, hey, what you said here, there, and that, or whatever and stuff. So, and I like how she called it Lexi. So I was like, oh.
And then she said KOSHEIA.
Listen, KOSHEIA, I said that last week. So, and now before the episode aired, it's just an honest mistake of how the name is spelled. It's not our fault.
That cracked me the hell up.
1 to the 2 to the
I'm sorry.
Get my name correct.
But can I just say this, y'all? And this is just why I said that they really cast the personalities on this show, is because we stopped filming the end of April. They started filming that like 2 weeks after us. They did not see our season. So this is honest footage of what was happening. Similar. It's the same. It's like another lounge of ours when Kira said Janelle's name wrong. Get it right. It was the whole thing.
And Tequila taking a leap.
It was so much of the same. That's why I said it's types. They're just putting y'all together. Let it combust. Is how is it gonna go together? And so I feel like it's super messy.
I just found out how many of y'all birthdays is the same and all this stuff like that. So it's just like they're definitely looking for specific types of energy and seeing what they get out of it.
I wonder if they thought I was gonna be a certain way.
They was probably hoping.
That Aries, they thought I was gonna be my younger version of myself.
Hubby said everybody who walked out with her needs to go because they're problematic and got an attitude too. Because they commiserate with her attitude.
Listen, the one that was sitting there had a much attitude too, because she might need to go too. Everybody that has something to say in that probably needs to go. But
what's her name?
Rashina? I think she just went to check on her.
He didn't seem problematic.
Yeah, I think she just went to check on her. Yeah.
Coddling her bad behavior. You're allowing that problematic behavior. So they all could go.
Okay, hubby, we won't have no show to talk about. We can't have this. We can't have this, okay?
Sometimes you're
doing their own time.
Calm it down. You're trying to be like, chill. It's okay. Relax,
Alexis may need to give Tommy her whistle if this keeps going like this.
Josh, you need to blow the whistle on herself. Time yourself out. Take a 30, sis. Take a 30 because you was on 10 too. Now I ain't gonna lie, KOSHEIA, with all this talking to Tommy, I was like, okay, hold up now.
Because if I said in our face, I said, whoa.
Now I got a little pass in me too, and I'm just like, you get to talking to somebody else about what you're going to do to me in front of me. I'm like, I'm right here, sis. I'm right here.
She can get it.
I'm a little calm. Oh, don't tell me I can get it. I like I do like how Alexa handled that in that moment. She was like, oh okay. But she was like, we could no, okay.
That's me. I'm different. I'll be like, wow, you really need to, you got some issues. I'm a feed it. I'm gonna make you look stupid on camera. And then when them cameras go off, when we get in that dressing room, now it's on. Like, as long as there ain't no cameras on, we good.
Well, how Tequila thought there was no cameras in the back.
Tequila.
Y'all know I'm gonna mess with the name. Okay, I got a name that be messed up too. It's okay.
Yeah, you're not gonna have me on national TV looking crazy. I'll be like, wow, you need your medication. I'll be saying everything. I could, but we're not about to fight on
I'm gonna laugh. I'm definitely one of the people that's gonna laugh like, oh wow, oh wow, that's what you got. Y'all, my God, y'all hear her? Like, this is wow.
But we're having altercations, or we're having disagreements with the men and the women. I mean, come on now, young lady. There's some healing that hasn't been done.
But we starting altercations with the men and the women. So there's some healing that hasn't been done there too. Like, first of all, ma'am, your job is to referee things. That means to mediate. So why are you inserting yourself into the middle of things a lot of times? Like, you should not be running back and telling this man you do not know what the people think of it. That's valuable information for yourself. If people are telling you this person is acting this type of way with me, that's my cue to sit back and say, let me check him out. He might not be that way with me, but let me check him all the way out. That's why we sit here and be like, when I see a person that don't tip or treat the wait staff a certain way, we judge them based off of that. That's the same token.
But also, this man took the information he had from you, shared it with another woman, that created an altercation in the ladies' lounge. That to me is a massive red flag.
Or he went to the men's group, and one of the guys who's connected to one of the ladies told the ladies what happened, because that happens, and that happened a lot. They got the guys chat, you got the girls chat. Something happens. These men be running their mouth. I'm sorry, they run their mouth more than us.
And to that point, though, Elle said that's still a time. Yeah, I did say what I said, and look where it got us. Now let me reevaluate this guy. On why he's telling information that I gave him, because obviously our loyalty and our trust is not as thick as I thought it was.
True.
Where's Seaway when I need her to say the right word that I want to use, but I don't want to say it. It's giving.
Technisha?
Sassy. A little sass.
Well, Sean did say it in the chat earlier.
Yeah.
Sean said it in the chat.
And the pygmisha, the part or whatever, that's the other one. You know, I can't say it because I'm not gonna be honest with it, because I don't know what it is. Y'all keep giving me a different definition every time, and I don't know. I've been trying to figure it out. Okay. But I can feel the vibes. I can feel the vibes going on, because you're standing by this man, and he can be a great man. He can be a great man, but you don't know this man. And all of these things that's happening is cues for you to pick up on what you're dealing with or potentially going to deal with in the future. Sit back, enjoy the ride. Don't unbuckle your seatbelt. And don't be trying to talk to the neighbor behind you or slap them or anything like that. Sit down and enjoy your ride, because the wonderful thing about this setting is, and Aries can explain to and attest to this, you get to firsthand see how they will act in the real world.
Mm-hmm. But that's the hardest part, is to hold the information. Like, I will say, I was one of the only people on my cast who was cool with everybody, to the point where I get everything is coming to me. So there's a heavy responsibility for me to not share, because that could mess up where I stand in this situation, right? People who aren't liked over here are telling me things about this, because they feel like I'm Switzerland, basically. So I have a responsibility to not share that, but I can use it.
Mm-hmm.
And that is not something that everybody can handle. And I even, at my mature, this is, my mature state of life, I was like, whew, okay, how am I going to navigate this situation? Like, it's not easy. So these are younger people too. That's the other thing. These last two casts of Ready to Love, even mine, are a lot younger than the previous. Will is 31 years old. So, you know what I'm saying? These are 30s mainly. There's not many 40-something-year-old people in this cast. So at 30, I would not have been able to handle this. That's what the old Aries was very ready. So I would have still been more careful about my public image, but I don't think I could have been, at the state that I'm thinking at, today. Hell no.
Oh, I would have gotten into that elimination date. I would have been reading him for putting me in that position, because he ran his mouth. It's like, I can't trust you. I would have put him back on his heels and made him have to come back to build my trust. But then that's a little dark arts right there. I would have been like, you broke my trust. You ran out there. You put me in a vulnerable position, and you're supposed to be protecting me, King. You're supposed to be protecting me. Oh, I would have turned it on him. But that's 30s me. Maybe a little bit of me still now, but
not Elle over here using the opportunity. I got the power. So guess what we gonna do? I'm gonna tell you about yourself.
Or good.
But she definitely is gonna pull out Alonzo. Now let me tell you about yourself, okay? So I'm out here having to fight in the women's lounge because of your mouth. He might surround and flip it back on you. Well, your mouth told me in the first place.
Like, why you telling me? Like
You
on
know, you got
DC,
this
what is it? Love and Marriage
Love and
DC.
Marriage DC. You know
You
you
tell
can't tell
me
me.
it's them out.
Because I'm trusting you. I gotta trust you with my heart. So I'm trusting you with your word now.
The
Right.
thing is, though, is if you don't, sometimes you got to be grown enough to understand. If you don't know the person well enough, and you don't want to be in mess, just don't say anything.
That's the key right there. One of the main things, if anybody is listening to this and takes away, the least you put yourself in it, the least amount of mess you're gonna be in. That's the other part. Holding information is it's peaceful because once I hear it, I seen it, I know it. I'm just like, I act like I don't know what the hell going on, where I'm at, and what time it is.
But he could have talked about it and not attached her name to it, and it would have been a guessing game. Because when if I was Alexis and they say she's running him out to Will, it's like, prove it. Prove it's me that said that. So I
I
think
think
you got
she's.
it wrong. I think the men are playing you. I'm so sorry,
Mhm.
but it's looking like girl on girl stuff. But I think you're being played. Even if I said it, I'm gonna let her think it wasn't me.
He
I'm gonna
just
be
being
Shaggy.
messy. He just
Because she
being
I'm gonna
messy.
didn't
be.
He
deny
start
it.
some stuff.
She didn't deny it.
Hmm. She didn't. She deflected. Because I'd have been sitting there looking at it because she like, why you bring my name up? Like, what? He said, what? He said, I said, what? And here's the thing with the whole telling, like, what you do with your spouse, that's a whole different thing. But when you just telling somebody that you're actually just dating or getting to know information, you're also saying that you're not a trustworthy person. Regardless if you want to look at it that way or not, you're telling that person, I'm not a trustworthy person because any information that you now give me is potentially to go outside of this conversation.
You know this. The one that carry the bone, the one that bring a bone to carry a bone. That's another old school saying, right? You bringing a bone to me, that means you'll carry that same bone back to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
I can't trust you, when you're sharing things. There's a way to share things without sharing things.
Yeah.
And you just gotta, people don't know how to do that properly.
That's another dark arts class.
Exactly. We need to start a series.
That's
Breaking
that.
down the dark arts of Ready to Love.
Listen,
That has to be.
wait. I'm about to be. I think my year is up in a couple months. So.
Yeah, we might have to or whatnot. But yeah, any final thoughts? Because I got to get back to this. I'm technically at a bridal shower party, so it's a whole weekend thing. So we
Was there
here.
anybody that we didn't talk about? I'm trying to think.
Because he wasn't there, Dominique.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but,
Oh wow.
I mean, there's nothing to talk about there.
We didn't talk about William, and they're saying he got serious and sharing his. The woman said he really took it to heart, and he's been serious with them.
He's been very attentional. Oh, that part of Williams I did want to talk about though, because he said something, and I know it was edited, but it went like William says he did in both, and then it just went, and he was wrong for the wrong reasons. So I was like, was he married 2 times?
Oh yeah, he was married twice, and he has 3
Okay.
kids.
Okay, so that's why he was saying he went into the marriage wrong both times for wrong reasons. I'm curious to those reasons.
I want to know too. I wonder how old he was. Like, obviously I look at it from a similar perspective. I was in my 20s with both of my marriages. So like I understand going into things, for certain reasons. But I'm like, I would love to hear what his
Mhm.
story.
Not all reasons are bad. Some of them are just pressure, family,
I mean, there's so many reasons.
it's so many reasons. So I was curious to that part.
And a lot of the cast have been married.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of the cast have been married, which says a lot. I mean, I feel like a lot of people in Dallas have been married at least once. to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think there was anybody else that really stood out that we haven't already talked about.
Oh, one last thing. Alonzo and Patrice. And him telling her to go watch the Warriors movie.
Warriors go out to
No,
come out.
not Warriors. Voyeurs.
Oh, I thought he said Warriors.
No, he said the Voyeurs.
My CC said Warriors. Okay.
Now, mind you, when you go to Google this movie, and if you have a certain app on your thing that don't allow adult content to jump up on your page, the movie won't even show up. You can't even Google it. So you just asked this woman to go check out. She said she never heard of it. You told her to go check out a sexual thriller. I managed to Google it so I could pick up what it is. I'm going to go ahead and tell you exactly what it says.
But he said, because was he saying we could watch it together? What
He wants her to watch it so they can watch it together. So when it gets to a particular part, he can ask her a question about it. I don't know this movie, so I don't know anything. I literally had to Google it.
So what is it about?
It says The Voyeurs is a 2021 American erotic thriller. And it's basically about a couple who moves into their dream apartment, notice that their window directly looks into the apartment of the opposite, inviting them to witness the volatile relationship of an attractive couple across the street. But when they attempt to anonymously intercede in their lives, they unwittingly set in motion a chain of events that will lead to disaster. I can only imagine.
I feel like I've seen this.
It's like the Christopher Reeve movie where you're looking across the way, and there's several movies like that where you're looking across and you see something happening. But again,
but it's erotic though. It literally says in the title.
It is. Yeah. It is.
So the something happening is not like the usual, because I've watched another movie. It was based overseas. I can't remember what this one is, and it was kind of like that, where the lady had a window across the street or whatever, and then a man ended up stalking her through it or whatever. So because the watcher, something like that she was watching him and he ended up been watching her the whole time too. So it was like crazy.
That's why I blinds. I don't play with my blinds being open at night.
Exactly.
Shoot.
It was erotic. It was not an erotic movie. So I'm just like, why would you ask this lady? She got you on her top. She's the only one really actually vouching for you. And here you go about to mess it up.
My poor girl.
Didn't you learn your lesson? You just apologized to the other lady.
And Patrice is such a sweet person, like in real life. Like she probably one of the people I talk to the most on this cast. And she is so sweet in real life. And I just be like, woo, Lord. Some people are just very kind. They just are genuinely kind. I'll just put it like that. Because I don't be playing with these people. What in the psycho?
He basically
unblock my thing to be able to Google this thing just so I can read to y'all what it says.
He basically is asking her in a different way what Alonzo asked last week.
Spank their toes.
So you see in the movie, you're looking into the window of a couple. And he's probably going to ask her, what would you like to try?
I'm pretty sure there's a few scenes he want to ask her about at that daggone movie. I'm pretty sure. But I'm just like, check that out. And then we can have a date watching a sexual movie together, sir. That you already watched. So you already know what it is. You already know what it is. It's different if this movie just came out and we just gonna go check it out and it happens to be.
We're gonna Zoom watch it together.
Okay.
What is are we sex deprived?
It must be a drought in Texas. I'm sorry. It must be like the summer was hot last summer because baby.
Because I'm confused at the thirstiness. These
They can
men,
watch those no.
the men.
It's parched at this point. It ain't even thirsty. It's like y'all dried up in the desert at this point.
Well,
You might as well
Texas
just
does.
walk around with your thing out. Like
Texas does have a desert.
it do. And it get real humid out there, but at the same time, there's a lot of cactus to drink from. And bro, if you don't get out my face, like
And you ain't got no game. That's the problem. Talking about watch a movie. What the hell are
you
we
wouldn't
talking
be thirsty if you had game. You better get on the court with William, okay? William over here.
William was balling. He said, listen, y'all was playing with me, telling me unstable last week. You not about to do that.
Your ankle's about to be unstable. That's what's going to be.
I said, you better get in there and hit them threes, boy.
My guy, William was doing his dag thing. I was like, I ain't even mad at you, Playboy. But yeah, child,
it's a lot of kids that come on the show. I'll be like, y'all not funny.
Is this a game that they're spitting in Texas?
What?
How the men are acting?
Is this a game that they're spitting?
Is this their game? Like their game when they're approaching a woman? Is this their narrative? Is this their play-by-play?
They're young. These guys are young. So I don't know. Because that's not the type of men. I like older men, and I'm about to be 45. And I like them old. So I don't usually have these type of conversations. It's just kind of weird to me. I'm like, y'all out here thirsty, and it's a little scary. How old is Lamar?
I thought he was 40 something, maybe 37. 37? Was he 37? I had to go back.
40 something.
43 or 37, one of the two.
Oh. Yeah, I don't It's kind of crazy. I'm not dating right now, Elsa. I don't know the game because I am on a hiatus right now. I'm on a hiatus. When I want to go on dates, I go out on dates with people I already know. So just to go out, but I'm not really dating right now because I don't know what they talking about out here. These youngins I can't deal with.
Well, I just hear the stories from my friends, so I just don't know Texas.
No. And it's a lot of transplants here too. Like most people that I meet are not from here. Like they're from somewhere. Chicago. It's a lot of them.
A lot of LA people moving out there.
LA. I don't want anything. Chicago, LA. Don't want ya. I'm good.
It's giving swipe left, swipe right energy.
And I don't do online dating, so that's a whole nother thing.
Oh, I met my husband online dating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, but I don't think you were on Plenty of Fish and
yes, I was. That's where I met him.
1 week.
Yep.
It was a disaster.
Yep, he was actually looking for real love, okay? Because the most of them is looking for quick hookups.
Oh, most of us.
Ah!
You're no longer on that no more. You was a them at one point, but now, yeah, he done got you off your feet. That's what you get.
See, and look at you now. Look at you. Oh, that's a good testimony.
I put a pin in it. He said, "Hey," he said, "Hello," and whatever. I'm like, "I'm sorry, I don't have the time. Could you check back with me next month?"
Wow.
And I didn't. It was the holiday time. My mother was coming with her beau to meet the family for the first time. I was dating others too, but it was mainly the holiday time. And in the new year, I gave him a date to contact me. He contacted me on that date, and our first date was supposed to be like an hour, and it ended up being like 5 hours just hanging out.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, he had plans.
My problem is I'm too picky. I get on the app and I'll be going. They be like, "We don't got nobody else."
Not you swept all the way to the.
I'll be like, "We're done." And then I'll be like, well, let me change my algorithm. And I go in, I'll be like, equal opportunity. I put more than black. I'll be like, well, let's see what the Middle Eastern. I'll be trying everything, and then I'll be like, nope, nope, nope. Look at it. I'll be judging too much on the picture. I'd rather meet you in real life because honestly, I'll give you more. I'll give you more grace in person than I will on the thing. Because I'm looking at everything like, his teeth, his this, his that, his grammar. I'm looking at everything. So in real life, I'm like, if you're funny, like I'll give you extra points.
I told y'all where to go.
You got to reach out to the dude first.
I don't know how Bumble works.
I think that's the one where you got to reach out to the dudes. But I have heard girlfriends that had success on Bumble. I can't.
Or you can go wherever Mr. Simone Biles found his wife.
I'm on there. It's Asian. Which I'm not opposed to, but it's very
okay, Vanessa number 2. I see you, girl. No.
Whoever wants to act right. I ain't sure.
You don't get it, girl. I ain't mad. I ain't got no discrimination here, baby.
I don't feel like that's really like, I don't look at that as a date because it's like I be forgetting all about that, and there's not many people that are actually here. Like I feel like Nashville is popping. Something is happening in Nashville. I don't know what it is, but it's something happening. Have you ever been catfish? No, because I don't be talking to people enough to be getting catfish, child.
She told you she don't even trust their picture. She like, He too damn cute. Don't like it.
I judge. Like I'm the person, I go see them, especially on the one. Raya is the one that Simone was on. Their Instagram. I go to their Instagram. I'm gonna look on your Instagram. Now I need to go analyze the Instagram and see what's going on over there, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, nah, nope. So yeah. I think the way I'm gonna meet my person is gonna be, I'm gonna get introduced by mutual friends that knows me.
I was about to say,
they gotta know me. Like Aries this is her type. This is the type of person she was like, yeah, like nah.
So you need to meet your future husband the way Judge Toller met her husband.
Is that how she met her husband?
Yes, a friend of hers just took her over there, and he was a friend of the friend's husband. Just took her over there. Y'all need to talk. Y'all need to get together. Yeah. And it was another judge, and she said, if y'all decide to get married, I have to do the ceremony. And 2 years later, they did it. They got married in her chambers.
See, I need someone that gets my personality, somebody who knows this. Be like, you know what? See, that goes. Because I'm just, at this point, even my kids have given up on me.
Well, that was me, Aries. That was me. But I decided to just date for fun. Just date for fun. You know, sharpen my chops. You know, play my dark arts.
Mm-hmm.
And keep it pushing.
That's the
until somebody pumped the emergency brake.
Yeah. That's basically what I've been doing. I'm just having fun with it. When I feel like it, I go. When I want to go out, it's whatever. I have people that if I want to go out somewhere, I can go out with. But no, it's gonna take a lot for somebody to get me, like, for real.
It's not. I think you got to be a little more open, positive with it. It's not going to take a lot. It's going to take just enough. Because I'm a lot. I'm a lot.
Manifest it. That's what I said. I am, and look, you giving me hope. Because I do feel like it's really about compatibility, right? That's the ultimate thing. It's whatever you are. It's not like the person has to be like, oh, you got to be da-da-da. You just need to mix right with me. Like, it just needs to be the right mix for me. Like, I love to have a good time. I can be serious, but I'm more goofy than anything most of the time. So I just need someone that mixes right with my lifestyle and my personality. That's really the main thing.
Yeah, my friends did not think I would ever get married again. They were more afraid for the dating pool.
Having you out there on the wild.
Right. They were more afraid.
Help me get her tied down.
They were more afraid of dating pool. They were worried for me sometimes too. Like, girl, why would you do that? Why would you come back with that story? And I'm like, just living life.
Me and one of my best friends, we said we're gonna write an anonymous book with the alias on all our like dating experiences and scenarios. It can't be in our names though, because we can't have that out there, but it'll be an anonymous dating storybook, basically, of all the things and the hearts broken, all that good stuff. Anywho. Well, girls, thanks for letting me come hang out with y'all tonight.
No problem.
Thank you.
On a Friday night. See, this is my turn up.
This is ours, clearly.
I'm gonna save my energy.
Yes. Okay, it's time to get some real shots going, girl. I gotta make some real drinks down here real quick for the ladies. They just got back. I just heard them get back anyway. So yes, we're gonna get into it. El Cid, give us some closing thoughts. Give us our last call, mama.
Well, last call for this week is to just be open, be vulnerable, and when you're pulling the fish in from the line, just make sure you don't tug too hard. Let the fish come into the boat gently.
Ooh.
She said, don't be fighting them out here. If they snap your line, just let them go. All right. And Aries, you already started your manifestation process tonight. You already said exactly how you was going to get him and what you want him to be. So it's already in the air. Just keep believing in that energy, mama. Your friend has to get on their job now.
Friends.
Listen, if I come across something, trust me, I'll put it out there, but I also have to be outside too, so there's that.
As you can see, we all at the house. I'm at home right now. I ain't outside.
But we'll put it out there for you that hopefully across my travels, I will run across this man. We will find him. Thank you all for being here. I want to thank my guests, of course, Aries, for popping in and sharing her knowledge and wisdom with us. My co-host for the evening, El Cid. We always have a good time. When the cousin's in the building, we're going to have a kiki and be all inappropriate while appropriately giving y'all good advice on how to get through this dating life, okay? If you're watching this on a playback, please go ahead and leave that comment down below. Let us know how you feel. Are you happy that Lamar is gone? Was KOSHEIA right? Was ALEXIS right? Were both of these ladies wrong? Whose side are you on? I don't really care. Let us know. And if you love my little cousin, go ahead and hit a like for her, because that's my little fat right there. My little chunky slim. That's my girl, all right? Y'all have a good night. Be safe this weekend. And we'll see you back next Friday for some more Ready to Love QUICKCAP. All right. Y'all have a good night. Love y'all. Bye-bye. I think I had an